Oh, yeah. Items. So, items are pretty interesting when it comes to legions. So, the systems panel, when it came to items, started with this little tease. Remember these. And we were kind of looking at the old school vanilla item world drops, which had these crazy cool effects on them, which basically augmented and did things to your character you couldn't normally do. Well, something of a bombshell is happening because we are getting rare, but not that rare, world drops coming back into Legion. But there's more. Legendaries. Yeah. Vermoon's Beads of Great Convergence, Soulbound, Agility Stamina, or Intellect Strength. Equip. Your overtime effects have a chance to trigger their full remaining value each time they heal or deal damage. That's a very legendary effect. That's very good. If you have a dot, there's a chance that it will do the full dot damage. If you are a Resto Druid, there's a chance that it will do the full hot. Okay, that's the kind of thing I'd maybe want on a few of my raiders. I'd maybe want some of my raiders to have that item. Yeah, so this is going to be a world drop. And apparently there'll be loot tables and all sorts of crazy stuff, but there's more. Jing. So we're going to have this sort of crazy stuff, and then we're going to have also crazy stuff, but maybe not seemingly as crazy stuff. So leather feet. Equip. Your speed is increased by a portion of your haste. Until we see the scaling on this could be absolutely ridiculous. There could be some really silly things of, I mean, rogues already are breaking the sound barrier. We've now got the flash in WoW. PvP, flag carrying. Are these disabled? I don't know. These aren't disabled in PvP. These are basically mandatory for PvP. Equip. And this is a paladin only one. So there will be class specific ones. So again, these seem very required for raiding. Because you have to balance around it, right? Every enemy hit by Avenger's Shield reduces the cooldown of Guardian of the Ancient Kings by 4 seconds. Pretty good. And they even have like little lore pieces. Now, we didn't get any major details on how we'd obtain these. Some of these will be world drops. All of them might be world drops. They might drop off specific rares. They might be like a very low drop chance of a rare. It seems that with everything going on, we're basically getting like extreme Diablo mechanics in WoW. And I think we're getting like old school D2 loot runs where you're going to be like chain killing specific rares and world bosses. The very low chance that this, with the way that Legion's working in the whole world, will always scale at your level and you're constantly going out doing adventures and objectives. They really want you out in the world. They want you out in the world killing stuff to maybe get these and upgrade your artifacts. It seems pretty ridiculous depending on how accessible these are and how much fun it is to obtain these and how grindy the mechanic becomes. This will either be the best or worst thing ever. But wait, there's more. Mantle of Flames. Equip. All enemies within 5 yards of you suffer 5,000 fire damage each second. Bots be praised. This is like the ultimate botting thing. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Very cool. I can't imagine how many potential possibilities we have. Will we suddenly get like full sets and people are running these instead of sets? That's something you need to think about, because how will these affect your set bonuses? If it comes to feet, what if you want to run like shoulders as well? If you're running both feet and shoulders, you've given up your 4 set. There's some potential here. We need to see what pieces it will come onto. We know it will definitely be on at the very least feet, amulets and backs. I would assume it would be on all. Maybe they will purposely avoid certain set pieces, and it will kind of be one of those things of like, you'll never get like a legendary chest, but you would get legendary braces, legendary feet, legendary belt. I don't know, but that's that. But there's still more. All Legion items can drop with increased item level. All. That means endgame, low game, warforged, all the things, and duplicate personal loot can be traded. This is a very big feature which doesn't seem to make much sense. Basically what this is let's say I'm doing Hellfire Citadel, right? And let's say that I've killed Archimonde and I've got the class trinket. I'm like, oh, I've got the class trinket. The next week I kill Archimonde again and I get the class trinket again, and someone in my raid hasn't got it, and he's like, oh dude, I just really want that class trinket. Well, because it would now be a duplicate, I could give it to him. And the way the system will work is that assuming the item drops the same or lower item than the one you already have, you could trade it. So for example, let's say in that example that it was a fresh reset. We did a normal Hellfire Citadel run. I got the normal trinket. And then 2 days later, we did a heroic run, and the heroic trinket dropped for me only through personal loot, mind you. I don't think this will work with bonus rolls, just through personal loot. I wouldn't be able to trade the heroic one because that would be like the best one for me. But if I went next week and got a heroic one, that could be traded. So yeah, this is pretty intriguing. There will be some very interesting drama occurring when it comes to trading, and there'll be some very interesting non-drama occurring when it comes to trading. Basically, we're going to have inbuilt personal loot trading, and again, this is amusing. This is basically a Diablo mechanic. Diablo and WoW. Legendaries. Raining from the sky. I wonder if we'll get ancient legendaries. Probably not. Anyway, I'll have a more depth video coming up in the next few days once I get past all this BlizzCon coverage. I'm Tarke. Thanks for watching.